What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tino's Time Wrestling. And on this episode, we're going through the Forbidden Door. We're welcoming New Japan Pro Wrestling to AEW. And AEW and New Japan are going to collide, and they're going through the Forbidden Door. When this was announced a few months, about like 2-3 months ago at this point now, it might have even been longer. I can't remember at this point. But when this was announced, I really didn't know what this was going to be. I really didn't know what was going to happen. And I cannot tell you people, coming from somebody like me, I'll be honest, straightforward, starting the show off. I didn't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. I really haven't kept up on it. I look at it here and there. I don't know many of these guys' names, so I'm probably going to get many of them wrong today, but that's okay. But from what I've seen from these guys on AEW and watching it a little bit more and trying to get up in some of these guys and everything like that, I am just impressed on all of these guys from New Japan Pro Wrestling that they're just great technical wrestlers. They're good on their mic, even though sometimes I don't know what they're saying because, their English isn't the best. But everything that these guys from New Japan Wrestling have done has been great. And this past Wednesday on Dynamite, where pretty much we saw almost everybody that was going to be competing at Forbidden Door. When we get into the matches, we'll talk about in a minute. All the people that showed up on Wednesday, we saw the brawls, we saw all the crazy things that happened, and it was just straight anarchy, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see the way Dynamite ended with everybody in the ring, everybody beating the hell out of each other. We're going to see some AEW guys face some New Japan guys. We're going to see some AEW guys and New Japan guys in tag teams. We're going to see fatal four ways. We're going to see singles matches. We're going to see a triple threat tag team match. We're going to see a lot of different types of matches here tonight. So I just cannot wait to see what these guys do in the ring because like I said, I watched a little bit of them, but I haven't sat down and watched like a whole pay-per-view and everything. But like I said, what I have seen and everything, these guys are so impressive. So let's stop rambling and let's get into all of the matches that are going to go down on Sunday night, tomorrow night at AEW times New Japan as they go through the Forbidden Door in my hometown of Chicago, Illinois, at the home of the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's go, the United Center, Chicago. It's going to be one hell of a night. Make sure to come and hang out with your boy Tino. We'll be here live on YouTube. I tried to get tickets to the show, but they sold out within like 4 minutes. Couldn't go, but we'll be here live on pay-per-view. So let's stop. Let's get on and let's get into all of the matches that are going to go down. And the first match that we're going to talk about on the show, it's going to be on the buy-in. Make sure to buy in to the buy-in and let's watch this 8-man tag team match. It's Matt Caster and the Gunn Club, Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, and Colten Gunn versus Uemura. Hopefully I said that right. Like I said, I don't know many of these guys' names, but I'm going to do my best throughout this episode. We got Alex Coughlin and the DKC and Kevin Knight in an 8-man tag team match. And I'm sure Max Caster is going to come out and do one of his raps, and the Acclaim's going to be like, we're in Minnesota, we're in Tampa Bay, we're in Detroit. And then he's going to be like, no, we're in Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City, the home of the 2022 World Series champs, Chicago White Sox, hopefully. Just throw that in there. But this 8-man tag team match is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait to see on the buy-in and everything. But in the end, I'm going to take Yuya. I'm going to say it wrong a lot today. So don't yell at me, people. Alex Coughlin, the DKC, and Kevin Knight. I'm sure I said some of the names wrong, and I'm sure I'm going to say them wrong a lot. So we'll look past that. But I'm going to take that team to win, and they're going to have a good time on the buy-in, and they're going to beat the crap out of Max Caster because he's going to try to talk crap about Chicago, and you don't do that here in Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City, the city that has 6 seasons in a day. But after the buy-in is over, we have 9 matches that are going to go down at the Forbidden Door. And the first one that we're going to talk about here is one that I think that they might start it off with. I think that they could start it off with the 3-way winner take all tag team match. It is for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions and the IWGP Tag Team Champions. Make sure we know that winner take all triple threat match. It is FTR versus the United Empire versus the Ropping Vice. These two, I've looked in a lot because obviously we know FTR from their time in WWE and AEW, Dax and Cash doing their thing, of course, but I didn't really know of the United Empire and the Ropping Vice. So I had to go look in and see like some of their past things that they've done and everything. And these guys are really impressive. I'm really excited to see these two teams compete against FTR because FTR is one of the best tag teams in the game right now. And I just cannot wait to see. So this triple threat tag team match, I think, should start off the show. It might even well be one of the fatal four-way matches that we'll talk about a little bit later on. But I think that this would be a great way. And, if you listen to like the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, I listen to it every Friday. John Alba and Matt Hardy. Heck yeah. Anywhere you go listen to your podcast, go check that out with my man, Matt Hardy. They talk about a lot of the past tag team matches and the triple threat tag team matches that they had back in the day, with the Hardys, Edge and Christian and the Dudleys. And, I think that this one, obviously these guys like might not work together as much as they did, but, they've all kind of having a little bit. Yeah. So I think that this triple threat tag team match could very well be a great starter and be a great way to get the crowd going. And in the end, I think the team that's going to win or take all, and I'm not just saying this because I know the most about them. I think it's going to be FTR because, I just think that FTR is FTR. Yeah, I can't just want to make sure I keep saying that FTR, even though I've said it about 50 times. I think that they're one of the best tag teams in the game right now, one of the best tag teams in professional wrestling. And, Dax and Cash have been so on fire, winning all the golds and doing their thing, that I think that this could just be, to be honest, I just don't know how many New Japan Pro Wrestling guys are really going to win these matches, but we'll have to see. But I'm taking FTR to start off the show, and they're winning, and they're taking all of the tag team titles home with them on Sunday night in Chicago. The next match on the card that we're going to talk about is an 8-man tag team match. It's the other 8-man tag team match on the card. It's the Bullet Club versus the Young Bucks. The Bullet Club and the Young Bucks, my bad, versus the dudes with attitude, Darby Allin, Sting. I almost said Sping. Sting. It's Sting. And Los Ingobernables. Hopefully I said that right. D. Japan, Shingo Tanaki, and Hiromu Tanahaki. Hopefully I said that right. Hopefully. But the 8-man tag team match with the Bullet Club and the Young Bucks versus the dudes with attitude is going to be a great 8-man tag team match, just like the tag team match and the buy-in that we got between the Gunn Club, the Gunn, oh my God, the Gunn Club and Yuka and Alex Colligan and the DKC and Kevin Knight. It's going to be a great 8-man tag team match, the dude with attitude and the Young Bucks and the Bullet Club. This match is going to be great. I can't wait to see. I'm sure Sting is going to do something crazy. I mean, he is 60-something plus years old, man. I don't know how this guy is still doing it, but he still goes out there and does his thing every night that he can. And I think it's good, Sting is still does the tag team matches because then he doesn't have to do very much. But in the end, I'm going to take the Bullet Club and the Young Bucks to win this match. Nothing against the dudes with attitude, and I love Darby Allin and Sting. I just think that the Bullet Club is going to win, and they're going to take down the other 4 guys, and Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson going to hold up the tag titles with the Bullet Club. They're going to do the 2 Sweet, and that's how the 8-man tag team match is going to go. The next match that we are going to talk about, let's go on to the other 6-man tag team match, because we just talked about a triple threat tag team match. It's going to involve 6 competitors. Let's talk about the 6-man tag team match that features the Sex Gods, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Maruo Suzuki. I don't know. Hopefully I said that right. Anyway, Suzuki with Tay Conti. I think Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti are trying to be Miz and Maurice. They're trying to be the it couple of AEW. And I mean, hey, I'm not blaming them because, do we see what Tay Conti? I mean, Tay Conti's beautiful, but whatever. They're going up against Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota. Hopefully I said that one right too. We're getting better. Some of these are going to be hard, but some of them I think I'm going to get. And this 6-man tag team match, we got to love Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara joined him again. It's like the inner circle all over again. We just bring in, I swear, I think Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara should just follow Chris Jericho wherever he goes, because no matter what happens in AEW, they all three of them find their way back to each other. Just saying. But, this 6-man tag team match, I think could be a very good one in the show. And I don't know where this is going to start off. I was going to start off and do it how I thought it was going to go, but then I saw the 6-man tag team match and I kind of want to do it on the matches I think are going to be from top to bottom. And, so we talked about this one. But this 6-man tag team match, I think will be very good. But in the end, I'm going to take Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. Hopefully, again, I'm saying that right. To win this match, they're putting Sammy and they're putting Chris Jericho on their back. Suzuki's going to do his thing in the ring. Suzuki, I've watched him wrestle. I just can't say these guys' names, people. They're so hard. But I'm going to take the team of Eddie Kingston, Yuta, and Umino to win the match and go on and have a good night in Chicago, Illinois. Now that we talked about the 2 tag team matches, let's talk about the 2 fatal 4-way matches that are going to go down on Sunday night in Chicago, Illinois. We got 10 matches. We've only talked about 3 matches so far, but that's okay. It's going to be a long night. Like I said, come and hang out with your boy Tino on YouTube all night long on YouTube. Tino's time. I'll be there. I'll let you know what's going on in the show. So let's talk about the next 2. Let's talk about these fatal 4-way matches. And the first one that I want to talk about, it is Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors. And, Clark Connors was not supposed to be in this match. He was not going to be in this match at first, but sadly, there was an injury. Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure I'm going to get this completely wrong. I'm going to get this guy's name completely wrong, but it was Tomohiro Ishii. Hopefully I said that right. Anyway, sorry that took me there a minute, but he was the guy that was supposed to be competing in this fatal 4-way match, but Clark Connors had to take his place and he had to move on and he took his place. And now he will be competing in the fatal 4-way match for the inaugural AEW All-Atlantic Championship. And, I was listening to my man SCW Steve, my man, always giving me a shout out. I do appreciate it. Make sure to go follow him. Go give him a like and a follow. I'll make sure to do the same for you. I got you. But I was talking to him and we were in the thing and I was talking about, do you think that this title could get lost in the shuffle just because, there's so many titles in AEW right now. We got the 2 women's titles, we got the tag titles, we got this and that, nothing wrong titles. The more of the titles, the better, the more people get opportunities and stuff like that. I just worry about, stuff getting lost in the shuffle. So we were just talking about that. But, I was really looking forward to this match, and I still am looking forward to this match. I love fatal 4-way matches, especially when a title's on the line and these 4 men are going to destroy each other in every which way. So Pac and Miro and Malachi Black, obviously we know them from WWE, but Clark Connors is somebody that I think people need to watch out for because he was added late because of the injury. Like I said earlier, the guy that got out, Tomohiro or Tom O'Hara. Yeah, hopefully I'm saying that right. But yeah, he was out and he's out now. And, I just think that you guys need to watch out for him. But in the end, I'm going to take Malachi Black to win this match. The House of Black is doing their thing with Buddy Matthews. We got Julia Hart in the mix now. We got Brody King. There's a lot of things going on. And I think that giving Malachi Black a title is the right opportunity. And he deserves it. He really didn't have, we saw the not success that he had in WWE as Aleister Black. And, ever since he came to AEW, I think it's time to give this man a title. So, between him and Pac are the two people I want to win, but I'm going to go with Malachi Black. And if Pac wins, I'll be okay. The other two win, I don't know how I'm going to feel. But I'm taking Malachi Black to win the Fatal 4-Way and become the inaugural All-Atlantic Championship. Next, this Fatal 4-Way match is for the IWGP World Championship. It's Jay White, the champion, versus Kazuchika. Oh my God, I don't want Kazuchika. Oh my God. Okada. We're going to say Okada because I can say Okada, but I can't say the first name. So we're going to go Jay White, Okada versus Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. It's gold, baby. But, as people know, Adam Cole has been injured. Hangman hasn't obviously been feeling the best. At Jay White, Jay White is Jay White. He's another one I went back and watched a lot of lately, and I really enjoyed everything that he's doing. And, I was, now that I know that's who that was a while back, that WWE was going to have a chance, I didn't really keep on. I obviously have always kept up on WWE, but there was a period of time that your boy Tino went kind of through a bad time. But now that I've kind of went back and watched Jay White and everything, it kind of makes me mad that WWE didn't bring him in. But Jay White being the IWGP champion and them having the Fatal 4-Way match, I think is awesome. And it gives the opportunity because, like I said, Cole is hurt, so he could do things, but he doesn't have to completely hurt himself. And, Hangman had to do something after losing the AEW championship, and now CM Punk is hurt, and then we have an AEW interim championship match that we'll be talking about as the main event later. But this Fatal 4-Way match, I was also talking to my man SCW Steve about this match, and I said that this match could very well steal the show, and he agreed with me just by the big names and by the people that are in this match. I do feel like that this match could very well steal the show, and I think that it could be a very good match and an absolute banger of a match. And to be honest, people, there's so many multiple people matches and everything like that, and people might not like that, but it gives, at least they're doing it right, and we're not seeing like random matches for no reason and just a bunch of like battle royals and whatever. At least all of these matches have some type of storyline that is going to be good in any which way or shape or form. So I think that this Fatal 4-Way could very well steal the show. But in the end, I've been going very well back and forth on this. I don't know who is going to win this match. So I'm going to say that Jay White keeps his championship. He goes on and he leaves Chicago, still your IWGP World Champion. That Fatal 4-Way match, though, people, is going to be an absolute banger. Now let's get into the singles matches that are going to go down at the show. We talked about all the multi-person matches and multi-girl matches, or we haven't even talked about any girl matches. I'm sorry, there's only one girl match on the show. So let's get into that match and let's talk about the women's title match, because I got a lot to say about this match. It is Thunder Rosa, the champion, the AEW World Champion, Women's Champion, versus newly acquired AEW, welcome to the show, Toni Storm. Toni Storm, we saw what happened in WWE. She had a great career in NXT UK. She had a good run in NXT in Black and Gold brand. But when she went to SmackDown and she went to Raw, she didn't do anything. She ended up getting released. She ended up not getting the opportunity that we thought she was going to get. She had the look, she had the fans, she had everything that, we thought Vince would like, but that's not what happened. And she was released. And she even said in a podcast that she almost she just wasn't happy, and she wasn't it wasn't fun for her anymore. And she just wasn't it was toxic. And to be honest, somebody that deals a lot with mental health and everything, if your mental health is not okay, then you need to get out of that situation and figure it out, because you should not be there if you're not happy just to be there because you want to be in WWE. There's other promotions, and as big of as a WWE fan I am, I think that, Toni Storm did the right thing. So look at her now. She's in the Women's Championship picture. But Thunder Rosa's title reign has not been good at all. It's been really bad, to be honest. Britt Baker, every time we say that name, for some reason, people, I get it wrong. But Britt she made that AEW Women's Champion something. Nobody could beat her. She had absolute banger matches all the time. She did her thing. And as much as we didn't like Britt and we didn't like, her being pushed down our throat, she was a phenomenal AEW Women's Champion. And Thunder Rosa, I just feel like is kind of like taking a step back. She's barely on TV. She's doing promos here and there. She's not really defending the title. It just, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But I think that this match will still be very good because Thunder Rosa is great in the ring. And, matches she's put on has been great in the past. And, that's when she finally beat Britt. And I thought that, they were going to do more. They just haven't. So I think that this match will still be phenomenal. And I still think that it will be great. But in the end, I'm going to say that we're going to have a new women's champion walking out of Chicago, Illinois, the United Center. She's going to be shooting hoops like Jordan. Toni Storm walking out as AEW Women's Champion, holding up the title and showing everybody this is why you don't give up on your dream. And even if you don't like something, don't give up. There's other opportunities. And now I'm the Women's Champion. So Toni Storm, it's Toni time in Chicago, Illinois. She's walking out as AEW Women's Champion. I'm going to say it again. AEW Women's Champion. Now, let's get into another match, another singles match. That is the only women's match on the card. I did learn this yesterday. I didn't know that New Japan Pro Wrestling didn't have a division. And, obviously they have Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, people like that have come out of New Japan. But I didn't know that they didn't have New Japan Pro Wrestling for the women. So that's the only women's match on the card in case anybody was wondering. That was why. The next match, though, that we're going to talk about, it is Zack Sabre Jr. versus, to be announced, apparently our man, yes, Daniel Bryanson was supposed to face Zack at Forbidden Door, but sadly, with his injury, and I don't know what is going on in the world of injuries between baseball, between hockey, between wrestling, between all these sports and all these athletes. I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy. Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. I could go on and on and on. The list is ridiculous, people. But apparently Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, got to make sure I say that right. Not Daniel Bryanson, Daniel Bryan. It's Bryan Danielson was supposed to face Zack at the Forbidden Door, but he is not able to compete. So they gave Zack Sabre Jr. no opponent, and apparently Bryan Danielson gets to pick who Zack faces at the Forbidden Door. And he gave us a few hints on this past week's Dynamite. He said it's a great technical wrestler. He's a good friend. he said all these things. And who could it be? Could it be Johnny Gargano? Could it be Cesaro? Could it be Cesaro, Claudia? Could it be somebody that we don't know? Could it be somebody from New Japan? Could it be, who knows? Could it be Brie Bella? Is it going to be Brie mode in Chicago? I mean, I'm down for it. Brie and Brian, come and hang out with your boy Tino after the show. But honestly, I think it's going to be Cesaro. We haven't seen Cesaro in a while since he got released from WWE. Still trying to figure out why he got released from WWE. But whatever. Again, that's not my. I don't choose what Vince McMahon does. Vince McMahon does what Vince McMahon does. But I think that it could be Cesaro, and I think only because he said that he was a technical wrestler, one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, as we know Cesaro is. And, I just think it's time for him to come back and show everybody that he hasn't left. He hasn't gone nowhere because, we thought Cesaro was going to have the great opportunity in the match after he not main evented, but he had a match at WrestleMania, a high-profile match at WrestleMania with Seth freaking Rollins. And then he had the match at WrestleMania Backlash, and we thought that was going to lead to something, but it did not, and he ended up getting released, like we talked about Toni Storm earlier. But I'm gonna take Cesaro as the mystery opponent, and I'm gonna say he beats Zack Sabre Jr. And they're gonna put on an absolute banger of a match. Those two are, but I think Cesaro will get his moment in Chicago at the Forbidden Door in his AEW debut. And if it's Claudio, if it's Cesaro, if it's a new name, he's gonna be all elite. And welcome to AEW. The next match on the card that we're going to talk about, this is another one that was announced about, it was either announced Wednesday or the week before that. I forgot, people. I don't know. There's been a lot went down last Wednesday on Dynamite. I was losing track. I was trying to write down matches, and it was crazy. But Will Ospreay versus the returning Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed. My man, we're going to freshly squeeze, putting our hands in the pocket. Welcome back, Orange Cassidy. And this match is for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. And, you know, this match is going to be absolutely great. It's going to be a great match. Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy, I think, could very well steal the show. I think Will, you know, I use another one I had to go back and watch. I could say one of the guys' names finally. Yeah, your boy Tino didn't mess up a name. But I think that it's going to be a great match. It could very well steal the show. And I'm keep going back and forth on who's going to win this match. And to be honest, whoever does win this match, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm going to be happy as long as they put on a banger of a match. But in the end, if I had to choose, I'm going to take Will Ospreay to win and still be your IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. And I think that, again, like I said, great match, but I see Will walking out and still your IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. The next match that we're going to talk about. And as my man, Mark Henry likes to say, people, it is time for the main event. And, you know, the main event, last time we talked about AEW here on Tino's Time Wrestling, I wasn't live, but I said that CM Punk was going to win the AEW World Championship. And he very well did that. He won the AEW World Championship. He had a great match at Double or Nothing versus Hangman Adam Page. And it was great. It was awesome to see CM Punk get that moment, win a championship in the main event, where he rightly deserved. But sadly, like I talked about earlier with the injuries like Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, all the guys that have been injured, CM Punk was injured, and then he had to vacate, or not really vacate, but he said that he will be back eventually, and he just will not be there right now. So AEW decided to do an AEW World Championship interim tournament to see who will become the interim WWE, or I just said WWE, didn't I? The interim AEW World Champion. I really did just say WWE. My bad. Wrong show, wrong promotion. Anyway, Jon Moxley was going on, and he was going on to face, you know, we didn't know who Jon Moxley was going to face for a minute. And then it ended up being somebody that Jon Moxley has been waiting for a very long time. As he did say on Dynamite, Hiroshi Tanahashi from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I almost said WWE again, guys. I don't know what's going on with your boy Tino, because I'm getting ready for the Money in the Bank preview show that I got to do soon. But that's next week's problem. We're going to talk about Jon Moxley versus Tanahashi in this main event, though. This main event is going to be an absolute banger of a show. It's going to steal the show. We're still going to be live on YouTube. Your boy Tino might be a little sleepy today and a little yawn, but he will be live still on YouTube watching this main event live on pay-per-view. And let me tell you, people, it's going to be great. And I don't know who, this is one that I feel like that there's a reason why both guys could win. You know, Tanahashi could win, and he could be on AEW, and he could be coming to AEW all the time and still do his New Japan stuff and everything. Or Jon Moxley could win. He could win the title again. You know, he came back from rehab. He looks great. He was just on the sessions with his wife, Renee Paquette, and talked about a lot of things and a lot of stuff I learned and everything. So could this be Jon's opportunity just to have a moment and become champion? I don't know. But either way it goes, I mean, I'm not going to be mad about it, just like I said about the Will and Orange Cassidy match. As long as all these matches are good, I mean, you can't be mad about it. I mean, it is scripted. So, I mean, they already know who's going to win these matches. As long as they're good matches, right? And it's worth our money, right? We got to pay our hard-earned money. Why can't they just make an HBO deal so we can watch it on HBO Max? But in the end, and after the dust settles, I'm going to take the underdog. And I don't know if it's really an underdog, but I'm taking Tanahashi to win the AEW Interim World Championship. And I think he's going to stay in AEW. I think he'll be there every week. And then I did say it again earlier in one of the things I was watching. I said that could this be something like CM Punk and the John Cena, where back, Money in the Bank, where CM Punk did the magical in Chicago, him and John Cena put on an absolute banger of a match. It was for the unify the WWE championships. They both had belts. So could we see something similar to that? And I think we will. I think once CM Punk is ready to come back, whoever is the AEW World Champion, if it's Moxley, if it's Tanahashi, if it's your boy Tino, if it's somebody else, who knows how long CM Punk will be out for. But I do think that eventually, once he does come back, that I think that we will see some type of combination, unified type of his storyline. So we'll have to see what happens. But we just talked about 10 matches. 10 matches Sunday night, Forbidden Door, live on pay-per-view. It's going to be an absolute banger of a show, a banger of a card. Hopefully it's really good. And like I said, it's going to be a long night, but hopefully all these matches do deliver. But I'm going to give you guys a prediction. After the show is over, I'm going to say whoever does win the AEW World Championship, I'm going to say that we could also see the return, somebody we haven't seen in a while. We saw him on my past collection episode that came out on Thursday. It is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, he's been out for a while. He had the phenomenal run as AEW champion, but we haven't seen him in a while. And, I think this would be a great opportunity for him to come back, do his thing in the ring, and maybe he'll be the next one to compete for the interim championship. And what if Omega's champion when CM Punk comes back? Omega versus CM Punk? Sign it up, Tony Khan, Papa Khan, sign it up. Your boy Tino and the AEW universe is down for it. Or the AEW crew, whatever the heck you guys, whatever we're going to call ourselves, yeah. So these 10 matches are going to be great. It's going to be one hell of a night live on pay-per-view. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming and hanging out today and listening to my preview show for the Forbidden Door and my one prediction. We talked about all 10 matches. So now that I previewed all 10 matches, I hope and I better see all of you tomorrow night, live on pay-per-view, live on YouTube, Tino's Time. Come and hang out with your boy Tino all night long from 6:45 to probably 11:30. Who knows how long this pay-per-view is going to be, but we'll be here until the dust settles and until we go live or until we go off the air on pay-per-view. So make sure to come and hang out with your boy Tino all night long on Sunday night on YouTube, Tino's Time. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to all of my channels, all of my pages, Instagram, Tino's Time Wrestling, Tino's Time, Snapchat, Tino's Time, Instagram, Facebook, Tino's Time Wrestling, Tino's Time. Everywhere you listen to your podcast, I'm on Spotify or on YouTube, of course. We're going to be on SoundCloud soon. Football season is coming up in high gear. We got to get ready for all the fantasy football freaks and geeks out there. Your boy Tino's got to help you lead you to a championship again because he's a defending champion himself, and he's taking everybody back, and we're going to keep the trophies in our home. But that's in September. I hope everybody, again, enjoyed this preview episode of the Forbidden Door. Please subscribe, like. Numbers have continued to grow. Thank you all. I can't do it without you guys. And until Sunday night, when all these 10 matches go down, one more time, make sure to come and hang out with your boy Tino live on YouTube for the Forbidden Door. And until Sunday night, and until then, this is your boy Tino signing out.